Tonight, we have the Jurassic Mailbag. I am Brad Jost, and this is Let's Talk Jurassic. Welcome back, everybody, to another Let's Talk Jurassic, your weekly live stream from the Jurassic Park Podcast. Thank you so much for coming back. If you're returning this week, we really appreciate it. If you're new here, welcome. This is what we do on Wednesday nights. If you're just hanging out there, lurking in the background, say hi. We'd like to see you. But we got a packed episode for tonight. So real quick, let's just run through the stuff that we usually do. We have... let's see, over on the website, please go check out this week's episode, Dino Score, the music of the Jurassic Park franchise. It's the wrap-up, the culmination, part 3, as we look at the score for Jurassic Park. It's awesome. It was a great 3-part series, and I'm so excited for it. So please check out me and Caleb chatting about the score for Jurassic Park. Also, over on YouTube, we got a bunch of stuff going on. I just uploaded a merch hunt with my son. We found a lot of fun stuff down at Walmart. There was a DLC video for Jurassic World Evolution 2. Tom Jurassic put that together. And speaking of Tom Jurassic, me and Tom have been doing a Legacy of Monsters, or Monarch Legacy of Monsters reaction series. So we just started it last week. We've done parts 1 through 3 of that show, and we're going to be doing it weekly now from here on out. So please stay tuned for new episodes of that as we react to the new show on Apple TV Plus, Monarch Legacy of Monsters in the world of Godzilla and King Kong. It's a great show. I'd suggest checking it out. Also, if you have Peacock, go watch me. I'm on Peacock now. Not this show. Not the podcast, but there is a show called The Unknown Story out on Peacock. I posted it here on Instagram just last night. So go find The Unknown Story on Peacock. If you subscribe to that or however you watch it, go check it out. It's The Unknown Story. And there is an episode for Jurassic Park. You'll see myself, and you will also see Jay Jurassic on there. So go check it out. We had a great time. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'd highly suggest you go check it out. But without further ado, I do want to go ahead and bring in the main part of tonight's festivities. The one, the only, let me find the page. Here it is. Jennifer, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi.
I have my shadow here.
Look.
Look at that. What is that? Is that a little dinosaur or something?
I don't know what this animal is.
You don't know what kind of animal that is? Oh.
Here one.
Elephant.
Here you go. This is more.
Ooh. Now that's pretty cool. That's very cool.
That's better.
Oh, it scared me. So tonight it's going to be scary because we have another Jurassic Mailbag for you all. It's been a long time.
You have dinosaurs on
I got lots of dinosaurs. Yeah, I got lots of dinosaurs on my shelf. Jen, it's been a while. How are you? Are you ready to answer Jurassic questions? You feel prepared enough these days?
No. I'm so tired. I'm not prepared. I know nothing as usual. We'll see how this goes.
All right.
But I'll try. I will answer the rest. Hopefully they're not hard questions.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to play them as usual, and there might be some to read as well. I'm going to dip the music down here. But let's start things off by getting into our first voicemail here. I didn't actually catch a name from this one, so let's just take a listen.
Hi, we are just checking in to make sure that the brontosauruses are okay, even though they may have gotten the lava in the movie. Henry, is that what you want to find out? Okay, I bet they're okay, though. Thank you so much. Bye.
All right, so they want to know if the brontosauruses are okay. Are they okay, Jen? Do we know if they're okay? For some reason you were muted. Sorry. I got you.
Oh,
there.
I'm muting myself because he talks a lot.
Hey.
I'm assuming that's in reference to Jurassic
get a
World
word
Fallen
in.
Kingdom.
Oh.
But I'm gonna assume that they're okay. I think the dinosaurs they probably just jumped in the water. I think it's safe to say that they're good. They're good these days. I wouldn't worry about it for the kid who called in. There was it sounded like a dad there and then a kid at the end. So that was fun.
They're okay. Wyatt says they're okay, so they
Oh,
must
that's
be
good.
okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, we don't let me ask you, has Wyatt seen Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom yet?
No, he hasn't
don't
seen
talk.
any. Okay,
Don't
buddy,
talk.
I gotta talk or you gotta go with Daddy. Okay. He hasn't seen.
I want to talk.
I know you do. He hasn't seen any Jurassic yet. I don't know why. I
Oh,
just don't have
okay.
time to show. You
No,
probably
I totally
could.
feel
I mean,
you.
you
I feel
could.
you because
I just
like
don't.
I showed my son like kind of early on, and then
Oh,
it was just like
this.
I think it was like I don't know during
Present.
COVID or something when we were home, so we had a lot of free time to just watch stuff. And then I didn't show it to him for a long time, and we just went back to the live in concert thing the other day, so I finally had the chance to show him again. So it felt good, but he hasn't seen much of the other ones at all. So I'm with you there.
Yeah, I think we should do it. We should try it. I think you might like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, probably. I can imagine if you're coming from this family, you're definitely gonna appreciate it. But we have another one here. This one comes from Dan. Let's take a listen.
Hey, this is Dan Taylor. I just wanted to call and ask you a quick question for the future mailbag. I've always enjoyed the fact that Nedry is a lot like his same character from Seinfeld, Newman. And do you think there was a lot of influence from Seinfeld over to the character in his creation in Jurassic Park? And then I just remembered when I was watching Space Jam with my kids the other day that he kind of plays the same character in Space Jam also. Not quite as sinister, but, you know, a lot of the same mannerisms and stuff. So anyways, just wanted to ask you about that and, you know, who would win in a battle between Nedry and Newman. If you can comment on that as well, that'd be great. Thanks. Bye.
Wow. Who would win? So who would win in a battle between Nedry and Newman? Did you ever watch Seinfeld? Were you a Seinfeld fan or no?
Josh loves it, but I did not. But here, we met him in Pittsburgh actually in September, August. Oh, geez, no, I don't know. I'm sure Josh is in the room going to tell me, but I don't remember. We did just meet him. But see, these are the questions you get in 2023 when there's no movies or anything coming out.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Yeah, these are the kind of questions we get. So I don't know. I've never honestly looked into any kind of quotes or anything from Wayne Knight, so I don't really know if he like ever tried to channel Newman at all for Nedry. I don't know, but I mean Nedry was obviously like a written character before that, so he had something to go off of. But I don't know if it was ever something that he like consciously thought about. But I do like his character in both. And actually all three things, Jurassic Park, Seinfeld, and Space Jam. So I like his character in Space Jam. He's a little goofier in Space Jam, though. He's not so like evil. Do you ever see Space Jam?
Oh yeah, my gosh, the original one. Yeah, I used to love it. But Josh said August of 2022, so he is listening to this train wreck.
So you saw him?
Yes, we met him at a con. In Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay, that's amazing. There. How was it meeting him?
Do you want the truth, or do you want like
lie to me?
Little fantasy there. I don't know. He wasn't that great.
Oh.
And Josh was pretty the same though. Like I don't know. He was kind of he didn't like Jurassic very much. Anytime I got asked about it, he was like, I kind of hate that movie. He didn't say those words, but that's like what we got from it. And Wyatt was wearing a little Jurassic shirt, and he looked really cute. And we were like bringing him over and like, look how cute he is in the Jurassic. And this guy was like, you're ruining him. Like, what are you doing to that kid?
Oh my gosh. Oh, you're breaking my heart now. I'm gonna forget we ever heard that.
I asked if you wanted the reality or if you wanted the Nina.
I said lie to me. I don't know if you heard me, but I said lie to me, and you didn't.
I'm not a good liar. You would catch it. I'm not good at it.
I'm not good at it. No.
Well, that's
neither
good. That's good. You don't want to be a good liar. So, yeah, that's interesting. I would actually be interested in looking into the conversation about whether he, like compared the two characters or anything like that. So that's interesting to hear at least.
I don't know if Josh remembers, but that might have been a question somebody asked because you do the panels, the Q&A panels, and we did that one. But every time he got asked a Jurassic Park question, he was like, "I don't know, I don't remember, I don't really care." It was like not that great. I don't know, but someone probably asked that question. He probably was just like, "I don't remember. I just showed up. I did my thing."
Yeah, isn't it hard? It's always heartbreaking to hear that, like, sometimes these roles are just another job for these actors, or that kind of stinks to hear.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like.
Oh well. Thank you. I believe that was from Dan, right? Yeah, thank you, Dan. Let's move on to another one here. This is from Johnny.
Hi, Jurassic Park Podcast. This is Johnny. And hello from the jungles of Isla Nublar. Woo. Or I guess it's more commonly known as my backyard. But, yeah, we'll just call it Isla Nublar. No one will ever know. I hope you guys had an awesome and relaxing summer. I definitely did. I got to go to Disney for the first time in a while. It's so much different than the last time I went. Like, Galaxy's Edge wasn't even in production when I was there last. So going there now was amazing. And also, it was cool to see, like, a bunch of lizards all over the place. I don't really get to see that a lot, so, that was cool. Kind of like going to Jurassic Park, I guess. But anyway,
True.
I have two topics for today. The first being that I get to go see Jurassic World Live Tour pretty soon. When I saw that it was going to be coming near me, I was shocked and excited beyond belief. From what I've seen at the show, it looks absolutely unbelievable. The dinos look great, and I'm excited to see the new story. So, yeah, I just thought I'd share that. But, my second topic, which I'm sure you guys have already heard about, but my second topic is that out of the blue, the Velociraptor, pun was very much intended, Universal just announced a brand new Lego Jurassic Park TV special is going to be coming to Peacock in fall 2023. What?
I'm pausing it. Just a warning. This was a little while back, so we've been collecting voicemails for a little while now, so I don't want to get anybody's hopes up that there's a new one coming.
I love the Lego Jurassic World and Park sets. I was into Lego before I was into Jurassic, and the Lego Fallen Kingdom sets were kind of the reason I got into Jurassic. When those sets got revealed, I saw them and I was like, oh, that looks cool, and then I went and watched the trailer for Fallen Kingdom, and it was all downhill from there. But, anyway, I love the poster they released for the special. One big pile of bricks is pretty funny. And, Lego Ian Malcolm in a dinosaur bathrobe was not something I was expecting to see that day. I think it's kind of weird that he has gray hair instead of, black hair. But, anyway, it's gonna be a retelling of the first film with, of course, some Lego humor added in. They did this for the Star Wars films a while back, which I think it was called, Droid Tales or something. So it's cool that Jurassic is getting one too, obviously to correspond with JP30. Lego Jurassic Park has been awesome this year. I have all the new sets, except for the Raptor paddock, so cue the sad music. No, just kidding. I'm hoping those sets are going to be featured in the short, instead of, having this massive, incredible-looking visitor center that I'm sure we all wish we got, instead of the one that we actually got, which is still pretty cool, but, I would have liked one with, the control room and the bigger lab. But anyway, moving on. I'm a big fan of all the other LEGO Jurassic World shows that they've released, so I hope this one will be just as good. I also hope it leads to a TV show, kind of like how The Secret Exhibit led to The Legend of Isla Nublar. Unfortunately, there hasn't been much JP30 celebration this year, aside from merch, so it seems like this will be a lot of fun. So what do you guys think? That's all I had. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about plastic bricks for a couple minutes. And I hope you guys stay safe, stay Jurassic, and have a Jurassic Day. Thanks. Bye.
All right, Johnny. Thank you so much for that voicemail. And yes, this has been a little bit, so Johnny did not see the Lego short just yet. But I assume Johnny maybe has seen it. Jen, I think I asked you. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to see it, but it's
Not yet, but I should. He would
uh
probably like it.
oh,
He would like
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
should
Why I would
try
love
I
it.
love you.
We watched it here, and the kids got a kick out of it, I guess. I thought it was fun, but I thought it was not as funny as I kind of expected it to be due to other Lego stuff being pretty funny. And hopefully it does like lead to other things. I mean, there was like a tease for maybe a Lost World edition or something like that. So hopefully we do get more things like that in the future. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it was a fun little special. I would suggest watching it if you haven't seen it already. But I've talked about that quite a bit, and there are probably episodes and stuff that I've talked about that one. So, Johnny, maybe you've heard it already, but the live tour was at least coming around when you wrote in or called in. Jen, have you seen the live tour since like its initial run?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I did not. We were going to take Wyatt because it was
You
coming.
did not.
I did not. We were going to take
Oh,
Wyatt because it was coming back, and I forget why we didn't. Again, Josh is just sending a message. He should just be right here. Oh, I
yeah. Come on,
froze,
Josh. Let's go,
didn't
Josh. No,
I?
you're good. No, you're fine. I mean, it's a little
Oh, I
skippy,
froze
but
on
it's all right.
Okay. Anyway, we were going to, and I forget why. I guess Wyatt was just maybe a little too little. We thought maybe he wouldn't sit through the whole thing, or I don't know, but we were going to. We were so close. But next
Yeah,
time it rolls around, maybe we'll take him.
I
I only
know.
saw that one.
I still get emails for it like constantly, and I don't know where it is currently, but I still get emails that like, oh, it's coming to my neck of the woods. So I guess it's just coming back around, but hitting like different stops along the way. And I know it's changed the script just slightly a little bit. I think it added in a few different things since that initial run. So I would definitely like to see it again and just experience it because it was so much fun. It was so much fun as it was to begin with. So I wouldn't mind seeing it again, especially I did take. Well, we only had one kid at that time. Yeah, that was a long time ago when that initially rolled around. It was 2020 when we last saw it, and I only had one kid at that time. So I would like to go again with both of them.
Well, I can't
So
take the
yeah,
other one. I could take him now. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
definitely. And Johnny, I hope you had a good time at Disney. It sounds like you had a fun time. I also like seeing the lizards everywhere when we're walking like down the pathways at the resorts and stuff. I don't know if you ever get a kick out of that, but they are sprinting. They're trying to like fall under your foot. They're like, it's terrible. Like they're all over the place. And I laugh at it. I love seeing them. And I was just in Disney, so I miss it already. I'm sure you were just there. Like we were, if you ask either of us, we were just there at any point in
I
time.
was there in September, and we were going to Universal, me and my dad and Wyatt, in December. So, and then
Nice.
back to Disney in February. So at all times, one of us is always down there.
Yeah, and I was actually just looking at the pictures from when we first met up there down in Disney Springs back in that was 2015 when me, you, Josh was there, I think, and my friend Chris was there too. That was awesome. It was just so cool to have. And no, sorry, Wyatt was not there at that time.
Not that time. But yeah, I know that was so long ago. I was actually just today thinking how many years I've been doing this podcast. It's like we're almost 10 years. We're almost on our 10-year anniversary, a couple years away from that.
I mean, yeah, we're getting there. 2 more years and we'll be there. It's happening quick. Maybe a year and a half or so. I don't even know. I don't want to count. It's been too long. But anyway, let's take a listen to our next voicemail here. This one comes from our good friend Yaroslav.
Hey Brad, hey Jen. Hope you guys have been well. It's been a while since I called in for the mailbag. So I'll just cut right to the chase. So I've talked in the past, or at least I called in the past, about what where the Jurassic franchise can go from here, and I think it's pretty clear from like online presence. I'm always talking about like prequels or something. I think a lot of us want that at this point. Just like, post Jurassic Park, pre-Lost World, or even pre-Jurassic Park, or, Lost World to JP3, like that kind of era. Or even, pre-Jurassic World. But there's a lot of good stories to be told there, obviously, and I just thought of this, and maybe someone came up with this before, I'm not sure, but I think a pretty viable approach to doing something like that, for budgetary reasons, what might be a video game. And I was just thinking about how cool it'd be to do like you could do like prequel stories through a video game, and that way you don't have to necessarily cast, you don't need a whole film production, which is so expensive, and you don't need to, necessarily film the actors and everything, but they could do, pretty much like Uncharted or whatever, where the game is, very cinematic, and you have a lot of great cutscenes that last a while, and they tell whole stories. You can get like a young Sam Neill, young Jeff Goldblum, young, Laura Dern, Richard Attenborough, Bob Peck, all those actors from Jurassic Park, even Lost World. You can get like Pete Postlethwaite as Tembo, Ajay, Peter Starr. Just get all these characters in like a new story, or it could even be like an extended telling of each respective film, like Jurassic Park or Lost World or JB3. Just telling these games could even be like adaptations of the films, but just extended, you know what I mean? So I thought that'd be really, really cool to see. Very fun to see like our beloved characters like in new scenes technically, and the actors just need to do voice acting, and they can get some people to play the actors that have, the characters from the actors that passed away, unfortunately, but like anyway, I'm just rambling now, but it's I think that'd be a really cool idea, and possibly doable too. It's like not as intimidating as a film production, and that it could be just something that.
There was one more voicemail. It just cut off there.
Yeah, I forgot there was a time limit on this. So my bad. But anyway, yeah, I was just saying it could be a really cool thing to explore, and pretty doable. So we got a little bit of the game, expanded story with like the Jurassic Park or Return of Jurassic Park expansion thing for Evolution. So anyway, just curious what you guys think about that idea, or what you would like to see in that, and what kind of stories, or if you even think you'd prefer that over, I guess, like a movie or TV show at this point. But yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys have been having a great 30th anniversary year. We've had a lot of cool stuff, so yeah, just keep up the great work. I know you guys are taking a little bit taking it more easy lately with spacing out the mailbags, which is good, because you guys have been going crazy the last like 7 years, so you guys deserve it. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of the JP30 here. Bye.
All right, so thank you, Yaroslav, for that voicemail. And yeah, I feel like I've thought about video games, but maybe not as prequels. I don't know. Maybe I haven't thought about it as prequels. Have we talked about like doing video game prequels with the characters that we know and love? It's hard to remember every conversation, but
no, I don't remember a video game prequel ever being a discussion.
That's a good idea, though. Like I would be into that. What's that?
Movies and TVs, but not video games. I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, I think it would be a cool idea because, like Yaroslav was saying, like you can actually like maybe have these characters, and that's a maybe, like have them look similar or at least like their counterparts in the film, and whether you have the same actors do the voices or not, you could get somebody that kind of sounds like them. Chris Pratt, I feel like never does any of the voices, so there's always just some guy going like this, and I'm like, why haven't you hired me yet to do it? It's so bad. But like, I could definitely see that being a thing, and then you could tell so many cool stories, and you could expand upon like this. And actually, I definitely remember having a conversation, whether it was with you or maybe Aaron, having a conversation about a video playthrough of Jurassic Park, like a video game playthrough. Like I want to do, and I know it's obviously been done before, like in different iterations, like the Sega Genesis game or something like that. But like I want to have an actual playthrough of what we saw in Jurassic Park with different characters. You're trying to get from, and I just want to play like all these simple moments. Like I want to sit there in the dirt and just uncover fossils in the beginning of the movie. I want to help, do something in the lab as Henry Wu, like hatch a baby dinosaur, traverse the island with Grant and the kids. Like I want to do those things. And then I think from there you could expand upon, those moments. You could actually see more of what Grant and the kids did, the stuff that you didn't get to see. Like maybe you do get to see a riverboat and stuff like that, like a T-Rex attack on the boat. I think that would be a cool way to do a Jurassic Park game. It's not necessarily a prequel, but I do think a prequel's a great idea. Would you be interested in a video game that tells more of the Jurassic Park story?
I mean, I haven't played video games in a very long time, like since Mario Kart. But I like that idea a lot. And I did play like the Lego Jurassic game, and that was kind of, you play through, not like the whole thing, but you play through scenarios and stuff, and I mean that was fun. So I mean, yeah, I like any expands, expands the universe, expands the characters. Wyatt, listen, you knew the situation and you still wanted to do this. This is on you.
Oh no, I'm loving it. It's funny. Just in the background. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I think that would be a great idea. Yaroslav, let's get that going. Let's make that game possible. Well, I think we need to start talking about that more. Prequels, whatever. I want to see more, I think the best idea is maybe just start with the movie we know and expand from there, meaning you can go before, you can go like during and do other parts from during and then afterwards. I think that would be cool too. Just check out different parts of the story after, they left the island or whatever,
And if they could do that from like the first movie all the way on to where we are now, that would be really fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Yeah. That would be amazing to do all of those. Like just little in-between parts from every one of these movies.
And you can do the in-between.
Yeah.
In between the in-betweens. Yeah. You could just do everything. All the untold stories in video game form, please. Let's get that going. Big open world games. That would be fun. All right, so another voicemail here. This one comes from our friend Muzzamill.
Hey, Muzzamill here. Looking back on this year in Jurassic, the first thing that comes to mind is JP30. It had its moments, its ups and downs, but I think we made the most of whatever little there was. A few things that I did this year include going to Universal for Velocicoaster, the escape room, and the tribute store. I also got to go see Jurassic Park in 3D over the summer, and this was the first time since the 20th anniversary for me, and seeing it in theaters after this entire Jurassic World trilogy happened was really emotional and sentimental for me. Other things that I did include going to Fan Expo Philly, and for the movie screening even, I dressed up as Dr. Grant, and I even got to take a picture with Hayden Christensen and Anakin Skywalker. Ooh. So that was really cool.
That's awesome.
And this recent Classic Games was both fun, challenging, frustrating, all the above. I didn't grow up on these games, but it's interesting to see what kind of ideas that they had cooked up back then. And yeah, also I want to shout out the online community for keeping the spirit of Jurassic alive, keeping the momentum going with this being the first year since Dominion, and it's not easy. So who knows what the future holds with the live action content, but I'm excited to see what Chaos Theory brings. I'm excited for that script book coming out, and yeah, shout out also to the Beyond the Gates crew for all the exciting reveals that they brought over the past year and a half.
Yeah.
So I think that wraps it up. So stay safe, stay Jurassic, and much love to you guys. Bye.
There we go. Thank you for that voicemail. And it was a nice summary of things from the 30th that, you had the chance to do. I do like hearing that, people have found their own ways of celebrating the 30th anniversary. And yes, there's been a few things to do, but like people have found like different and unique ways to celebrate. And I know I have as well. Have you celebrated? I know we talked about this whenever like we last talked. We probably talked about like, do you feel it? Are you feeling like the 30th anniversary? How has that changed? If it's changed, how has it changed at all for you in the past few months since the actual anniversary date?
Not much. I mean, Josh went to Halloween Horror Nights, and he got me this 30th anniversary tumbler, which is cool. I cannot write and laugh at this. It's so bad, but it's really neat. Anyway, so he got that. So this is my life has changed as I got this tumbler that says 30th anniversary on it.
I love that. That's great.
Outside of that, which I can't figure out why I'm not in the middle of the screen.
You're like, outside of that, here's my cup. I have my cup. It's right here. It's right. Oh, nope, it's gone. It's gone.
Somewhere it's here. Where is it? Oh.
One of my favorite part about it was, though, that you went right towards the camera and then shifted to the side, and then I could no longer see it.
I have that cup that you have with the straw.
Oh, yeah, the Halloween cup.
From Target, right? Yeah, we have those in the cabinet. But that was not the 30th anniversary. This is the only thing I have to mark that. I think. Well, I guess Josh has bought a lot of the toys. A lot of our boxes that we have say 30th anniversary. So I guess that would be 30th anniversary toys. But I mean, other than just getting more stuff on our shelves, a lot more stuff on our shelves. Not much other than that, no.
Not much other than that. So, I mean, look, there was definitely a lot of merch. And wait, so Josh went to Horror Nights. Did Josh get a chance to do the tribute store to see it?
Did you do the tribute store? What? Did you do the tribute store? Oh, no! It's closed during Halloween Horror Night.
Oh, it's so he didn't go early enough. Okay. Oh man.
No effort.
Oh, I should have went during the day a little bit. Oh man.
Well, I don't think he knew it was going to be close. I bet he would have done that if he knew, but he did. He thought it would be open.
Yeah. Oh, I think when. Oh yeah. Oh no. Okay. So I don't remember if he went like. Because I know it was open early in Halloween Horror Nights, but then it closed right before I got there, actually. Because I did get to see it, but earlier in June. And then it closed, like, I don't know, like a few days before we got there again for Horror Nights in October. So, but yeah, I found a way to celebrate by going there in June and doing the tribute store and just like Muzzamill, the escape room. And I saw the movie with the live orchestra. I got a lot of merch and stuff. And so I feel like I've done a decent job of celebrating the 30th anniversary. I don't think I could have asked for really much more other than like, I guess a big, event, but I can't really expect that, and even then, I mean, they might not have been able to do anything. I forget when the strike started. It might've started after that or whenever, but who knows? Who knows if it would have affected if they did plan anything, because their timing hasn't been like, let's celebrate everything on June 11th, because that wasn't the way it worked out. They wanted to celebrate this all year long. So yeah, I don't know. Who knows when it would have actually happened if they did do an event. So, yeah, but thank you, Muzzamil. Hopefully everybody out there has had a good time celebrating the 30th, and I'm interested to see how long it goes because they're still rolling out stuff every now and then, merchandise and stuff like that. So, yeah. But let's hear from Natalie because I think we're going to hear more about that.
Hey guys, Natalie checking in. Loving what you've been doing lately with the podcast. I love the last episode with Caleb and discussing the score. So please, more of that for sure. The reason I'm calling in is I'm just curious if anyone else is feeling how I'm feeling in terms of the Jurassic franchise, in that we just feel, I shouldn't say we, I feel that we are always overlooked. Universal has so many franchises, you know, Fast and the Furious and Harry Potter, and all of that. And yet they have Jurassic and we're a second thought, or not even a second thought. You know, half the time, you know, we're probably number 50 out of 100 that they care about. And it always feels that we are expected to deal with subpar, you know, events. We just passed the 30th anniversary and it like went by with a blip and hardly anything documented on the radar, which is interesting because, you know, we had Generation Jurassic a while ago. We had competitions back during the 25th anniversary, and it just feels, to me anyway, that every year it's less and less that they care about us. And the only time that it feels like they do is when they, you know, randomly, oh, we should probably make something for Jurassic people and they'll spend a ton of money, you know, and I don't know, that's just the way I feel. And I'm so curious if anyone else feels that way. Maybe it's just me. I don't think it is, but I don't know. I just saw your prompt of what's on your mind about Jurassic, and that's just been on mine, especially with this year being the 30th. So yeah, I'm curious. What do you guys think? Are they continually just brushing us off and, you know, here, we'll throw you breadcrumbs because we know you guys will eat it up? Because it definitely feels that way for me, which really sucks because this is probably one of my favorite franchises of all time, and I would love it to get the love that it deserves all the time from Universal, and it just doesn't feel like it does. So anyway, sorry to put that on a somber note, but that's just been bothering me lately, and I thought I'd ask. But anyway, keep up the great job, you guys. I'm loving it. Can't wait for more content. Bye.
Thank you, Natalie. And yes, I think we can definitely agree with what you're saying. I mean, it definitely feels like it doesn't get the full effort at times. And yes, there are things that, you know, like we just talked about, there was some stuff to do, not everything to do, but like there was a ton of merch. And like you said, Natalie, like they're like, hey, here's a bunch of stuff that you can buy. Here's things that you can pay for. We know you're suckers. You're going to buy it anyway. We know you want this for all of your shelves. John Hammond's on Jen's lap. Like, she's got a mug. I've got all kinds of stuff from the 30th. So we're suckers out here. But
this isn't even a 30th.
no,
but
it's
I
just
still have it. Wyatt randomly popped me. But you know what broke me where I thought, all right, they don't care at all, is when they put no Jurassic World in their Epic Universe park. When they put they shoehorned it into the Jurassic Park side instead of building Jurassic World over there using their other ride system that they have. My hand is so delayed, it's so weird. Using the other ride system, like they could have made the Jurassic World ride, they could have put the Velocicoaster over there, and then even done something to connect them like they did with Harry Potter. So you'd have Jurassic Park on one side, Jurassic World on the other. When they didn't do that at all and completely ignored it and just shoehorned Velocicoaster in, that's when I'm like, yeah, they don't care. Ever. They're not going to care.
Well, I mean, when it comes to the theme parks, their Jurassic and Universal properties in general are always like, it always feels secondary to, you know, Harry Potter or, you know, something else that's not necessarily their brand that they're going to bring in. So it does kind of feel like, why couldn't we have gotten this or that for the parks? And, you know, sometimes it feels like, whether it's, you know, Universal or Disney, sometimes they're just like, let's get something in there. Let's do it quick. And then when you look back, you're like, well, yeah, we could have made a whole Jurassic World somewhere. And who knows, maybe that plan is in place because there are expansion pads for Epic Universe. So,
Well,
somewhere
they
down
put
the
King
line they
Kong.
could.
They put King Kong on Jurassic Park's expansion pad. So they had no desire to even put another Jurassic Park ride.
And
It's
that's
so
what I
sad.
mean. Like
That's my
that
part
feels
about the
like
park.
we want to have Kong. Let's get it in there. Where can we put it? We have one place ready right now. Let's go. And it's the Jurassic place when we could have had something Jurassic related. Like it's wild to me that like it's so secondary to the parks, but to the company as a whole. Merchandise and everything seems okay, pretty good for the most part. I have no complaints there, but yeah, I agree. And we've been talking about that for years now, obviously, about like how over the course of the Jurassic World trilogy, we probably should have gotten some more stuff. We should have probably gotten like comics and like maybe a TV show, a live action TV show or something. Like I'm not going to fault them too much because it did take Star Wars a bunch of years to get live action TV shows as well. But we now have Marvel shows. We now have, which this one bugs me though too, is that King Kong or Godzilla universe, both of those universes, but like the Monarch show on Apple TV Plus. It's such a great show, and it's a Godzilla universe TV show. Like, why do we not have a Jurassic Park TV show live action? Like, how does that not happen? Now, granted, that universe has been around since 2014, and we just started our new, Jurassic World universe in 2015. So we got one more year before they got to hit us with this TV show before then I really start complaining. But I don't know. I don't get it. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I feel like we could have gotten a little bit more, but at the same time, I've been thinking about it a lot recently. And even like, was it today or yesterday, Bob Iger, for Disney is out there saying like, yeah, we're going to start doing quality over quantity. So he finally puts it out there. We're not going to do a ton of stuff. We're just going to give you some good stuff. And I know people would argue that we haven't necessarily gotten the good stuff when it comes to Jurassic. I think it's been fun. I've really enjoyed what we have gotten. But I know there are people, maybe you, would argue that we haven't got the good stuff
I think
just
we've
yet.
gotten some good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm used to, me, I'm a party of one on everything. So everything I love gets looked over. That's not surprising to me. So I don't really know what the Marvels, the Star Wars people get. Like, I don't know what that is like because I never get a lot of my favorite things because I am a party of one in everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm used to this. So to me, I'm just like, well, yeah, this is normal. So I don't know. I would like to see like what everyone's saying. Oh, it was a letdown. I don't really know what else to expect. I'm used to it.
Well, it's
So
funny.
I don't know.
The other day I was on the Forcecast with my friend Ryan, and he was, talking about like the slowdown of Disney and stuff like that, and what content they're going to make. And he actually started saying that, like, as a Star Wars fan, he's always wanted to look towards Marvel and say, like, man, they get to do this stuff. Well, why isn't Star Wars doing that? And I was like, dude, that's hilarious, because over on my show, I'm like, man, why are we not doing what Star Wars is doing? So we're all just like looking in circles here. Like, we're all just like wanting what the other one has. And I don't know if anybody's looking towards us. There's got to be some franchise that's like, man, why are we not doing what Jurassic's doing? But I don't know what universe that is, because I'm not
Probably
really sure what's...
much smaller something that's like looking up and like, wow, look what they get. But then we should be on the scale of the other things, though.
But that's what like the Godzilla universe should be looking at us and saying. But they're like ahead of us at this point, I feel like, in terms of like their universe building. So I don't even know. Like, I don't know what's looking at us saying like, well, let's get what Jurassic's doing. Let's do that. Outside of just like dinosaur media, other than Jurassic, maybe that's what is looking at Jurassic saying like, why can't we have more or something? But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I think we're all just looking at each other, wanting what the other one has. And I don't know. I do think we need more, but I definitely think we're a little secondary when it comes to a lot of stuff. Unfortunately. So thank you, Natalie, for that. sad look at the state of Jurassic. I do have one. I have a few emails, but I'm gonna read this one that just popped up, and we'll end it here, and we'll save the other ones for another time. But this one came in today actually, and it's from. So sorry, apologies to the ones that have been waiting for a little while in the emails, but this one came in today, and it's from Jay Kunzel, and it says, "Hey Brad, first and foremost, thank you for being one of my of the many glues holding our beloved Jurassic community together. Your podcast helps keep the fire burning between announcements from Universal / Amblin. I'm very excited for Chaos Theory next year. Unlike some, I enjoyed every season of Camp Cretaceous. It had my most favorite Jurassic shipping ever. My only gripe was the Brad X. It was I was cool with the Brad, but the Brad X was too much for some reason. I hope Chaos Theory brings much more mature tone to the series. Is JP30 over on December 31st, 2023, or is it June 2024? I'm not ready for it to be over yet. I'm going to go to Universal Studios Hollywood for my birthday in December, so I'm hoping to find some JP goodness left over from the summer. I have a question. I write Jurassic Park / Jurassic World screenplays that nobody reads for fun. Nobody reads for fun. Okay. I have written 2 feature lengths, and I'm working on my 3rd featuring Nick Van Owen. I want to write more as I find it therapeutic, but I want your opinion. If you wanted any kind of Jurassic movie made, what would be your ideal movie? Or book adaptation, comic, sequel, spin-off, horror? I want to hear your ideas for inspiration. Well, I won't take up much more of your time. Thank you for all you do. As I say on my YouTube channel, which is Life Finds AJ, this is what they say. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Jay Kunzel. So thank you for that email. So let's start from the beginning here. Chaos Theory. So we haven't talked about that. Have you looked into Chaos Theory at all?
I've heard of it. I mean, I never finished. I think I might have watched something on that, but I mean, I never finished the last series of the other one.
Okay, so did you see the trailer? Oh, because all there was just a little teaser trailer.
If that's what it was. That's what I saw then. Yeah, I must have seen that.
Okay. So, yeah, I think you should sit down. If you don't know if you finished it or not, like sit down. You can watch that with the kids and just like throw that on it. That would be a fun one for the kids. I know mine really loved Camp Cretaceous. So, and the final 2 seasons are a little wild, but and Brad X, yeah, Brad X does kind of stink.
Tell me, are there 5? Are there 5 seasons?
There's 5 seasons, yeah.
Okay, I got through 4. I know I watched 4.
And I still don't know why Scott Kramer was like, "Hey, we're gonna name these things Brads, but we're gonna have a talk about that one day. We got to, because I need to know why did you do that to me, Scott." But I do hope that there is like kind of like a glow up from Camp Cretaceous, like a little bit maybe more mature. The character has aged a little bit, so maybe it'll bring a different tone. I don't know if it'll be a mature tone, but I think it will be maybe a more mature or like just aged gracefully kind of tone, hopefully. But I'm excited for that. And I like the question about JP30. Like, when does it end, Jen? When does this end? Like, is it December? Is it like Happy New Year? It's over. That's it. We're done. Or is it in June?
This is like Disney and their 50th anniversary. It was like an 18-month celebration, and then
it never ends.
Extending it, and then I still don't know because it went right into the 100s, so I'm still celebrating.
Yeah.
Wyatt wants to watch this.
Oh, perfect! Jurassic World Blu-ray, fantastic.
We can watch that.
Go ahead. Yeah, what right now?
Sure.
Pop in 10 o'clock. You can do it.
We'll live stream that. We'll see how he does with that. But
that's a fun idea.
What was the question?
When does it end? June or December?
Yes, like Disney's Disney celebrations.
Yeah.
It's unknown. I don't know. I feel like it already fizzled a little bit. I don't know. But maybe when did it start? Did it start in January or did it start in June?
That's a good question. I don't know when it started, but like stuff, I feel like stuff started to trickle out, and then like a press release came out, but like I don't know. I don't even know when you could say it officially started.
Then we can't say when it officially ends then if we can't say when it officially started. It's going to go on indefinitely.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to look to see if I had like the 30th
I guess
anniversary
I would
email, but I don't
say
know.
if I was running this, which I'm not, but I would say I'd feel the end of the year just because like that's the end of the year. Like what are we, 2023, and that is 30 years. I mean 2024, we're not even in the 30 years anymore.
Yeah, I know that's the thing. Is like, technically it should end like in June, I guess. But like, I feel like if you cut it off at the end of the year, you can start fresh and start covering chaos theory and stuff like that, and kind of just put it in the past. So it looks like the initial email for like celebrating 30 years came on April 25th of 2023. So, I know stuff was trickling out before that, so technically, I guess it didn't start. Like they didn't acknowledge it until April. So I would say, oh man, I'm just gonna cut it off at December. I'm personally out. Like I'm done at that point. Like
That's
I'm
what I
not
would.
celebrating. I'm not celebrating anymore. I feel like we've just had too many celebrations over the past few years, and it's like, we got to celebrate the anniversary of everything now, and just around the corner we got 10 years of Jurassic World, so that's going to be a
That's
whole nother
insane.
thing.
That is scary, actually. I can't believe
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yep.
I can't believe that.
So as far as like writing and screenplays and ideas, like what kind of like maybe a movie or a book or comic, what's like the one thing you want to see
I
most?
always want to see a live action TV show of the evolution of Claire book. I still want to see that. I always want to see that. And then even go all the way, like go a little sooner if you want, and then go all the way to the movie, like to the first movie. I would love that.
Yeah, that would be really cool. That would be awesome.
And you can like include, it crosses over timelines with Lost World and stuff, so you can include a lot of stuff from that as you go in your timeline. Just in that, I would love that.
No, I agree. I think that would be really cool, and I do like the idea of like characters crossing over, storylines crossing over. So I think that would be a good way to run it. I really want to see comics. I feel like that's one of the things we've just gotten left off the table here in the past, however many years. So I would like to see comics, and I think with the comics, like we're talking about the video games, like you could do anything with the comics, and like you don't need a voice, you don't need you can do like a pretty decent likeness, doesn't have to be perfect or anything, and I think you could like get away with a lot, and you could tell a pretty large story. As long as it's not a motion comic, I'm okay. If it's just standard,
even Smallville did comics.
Yeah,
so they're really behind the ball. That was a long time ago. Smallville did comics.
I know. Like I love when properties just throw their comics out there, like Smallville, or there was some show that I watched that had comics. There was like Disney rides and stuff. Like Haunted Mansion has some comics, and like Pirates of the Caribbean. Like I like it when they take the stories and then expand them with these comics, and that's really cool. It's not, you're not taking from a comic and making it into like The Walking Dead or something. You're expanding with these things. So I like that idea. That's what I want. But I've always kind of simply just wanted, like we've talked about it maybe more than others, but like just the stories of just Jurassic World working. I think that would be cool. Like a working, operating Jurassic World, kind of like what you're talking about, but like I want it with guests and everything, just like just seeing what the park is like. I just want to see it from a ground level, not a huge, and that's what I want, I think, from the future of Jurassic is just really ground level stories. I don't want to see this major overarching story about, I don't know. I don't want all this canonical storylines and stuff anymore. I just kind of want to see simple ground level stories that don't necessarily need to cross over with a bunch of other things. Just are just like nice stories that like are confined and don't need to be world changing stories, I think. So that could be horror for me. I think it would be cool to see horror, but not like horror. I think it just like the tone of Jurassic Park, just a little bit, like that, I think would be good enough for horror.
I think a lot of people want that too. A lot of people want some kind of horror aspect of Jurassic somewhere. That'd be
Yeah.
popular.
And I mean, another one of those stories that we always talk about is like the village, like people like defending against like what is it called? A pack of raptors, something like that. That would be pretty cool. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like The Village, something like that. Off in the woods, there's just raptors and they have to like, I don't know, do something like just to either get through the woods or fend off from the woods. Like it would be cool to have like a story about a small town defending themselves from a pack of raptors. But yeah, I think that's a good place. Maybe one day. That's a good place to end though for now. So I think we did a good job with the mailbag. We breezed through all this stuff. We were getting through as much as we could. So sorry to anybody we didn't get to today, but we will definitely try to do that another time because it's different. We're doing it live, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to put this on the podcast feed just yet, but we'll see if maybe I can, because the podcast is different now, Jen. Like I don't have the monthly segments like on the podcast feed because I'm like splitting content up across like multiple episodes. So who even knows? But I thank you for coming on the live stream and doing it this way. It makes things easier on my end. So thank you so much. And what are you doing these days?
I like live stream. What am I doing? What am I not doing? That's the question. Well, other than keeping like 3 people alive, I mean, Bryce has disappeared into oblivion, so BDH Network has disappeared into oblivion until that returns. And I've completely evacuated the vault. Well, I haven't evacuated, but I've left it. Well, I mean, I haven't left it, but I've ignored it like terribly.
The story's changing here. I'm like, I feel like that person, that gif with like the meme with the drink. I'm like
as in it's so late for me. As in I haven't went over to it in a long time. Abandoned is the word.
That's the one. Evacuated, abandoned. Yeah, there you go. You got it.
I don't want to abandon. There's so much I want to do. I still got to make Dominion caps. Like there's so much I want to do, but like all of my focus has been on my family pictures. Because I think I told you I've been scanning and taking care of my family pictures. So I've been doing that a lot. That's taken all of my non-existent free time. Non-existent.
Yeah, I feel you there. That takes a long time.
Yeah. So I've been doing family picture projects, but eventually when Bryce resurfaces from, I don't know, wherever she is, maybe we'll have something there. And then eventually I want to finish the vault. I will. Before I die, I will. I want to finish 2 things, the vault and my video gallery, my video archive on my Bryce page. So there's 2 things I want to do before I die.
That's a good goal. You can do this. You got this. I know. I have faith.
Hopefully I have time.
And with the strikes over, I'm sure Bryce will resurface soon enough. We already know about like at least a movie, right? That's coming out in the near future.
Yeah. He filmed that like a million years ago though. So nothing really recent. That was like 3 years ago.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. I feel like that's happened a lot recently. Just random, like several-year-old movies just popping out of nowhere. So
yeah,
it'll be good to have it out there, though.
That was bounced around to a lot of different studios. It was supposed to be Apple TV exclusively for a bit, and now it's getting a theatrical release. Like it's been bounced around a lot, but it's been done for a while. Man.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again, and we'll see you next time on the mailbag. But I do want to just go ahead and showcase it one time here before we get out of here. The latest episode, please go listen to it. Myself and Caleb talking about the Jurassic Park score. Finally wrapped that up. So many tracks to talk about. Not even just those tracks that you see there on the screen. So many more tracks. Please go check that out. And then, of course, like I said before, I'm on Peacock now. You can go watch me on Peacock in The Unknown Story. go check out the Jurassic Park episode. And then please go to our YouTube channel, which you are on now. So just look around. And you'll find all these new videos that we posted. So there's shorts, there's all kinds of things happening over on YouTube. So many live streams, this one right now. So thank you so much to everybody out there. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Really didn't even get to touch on too much that was happening in the chat, but I appreciate each and every one of you for being here tonight. So we'll see you next time here on Let's Talk Jurassic. But for now, stay safe, be kind, and as always, enjoy. Bye, everybody.